Good motherfucking morning, folks. Good morning. Hold on. And welcome to another episode of Krystal McSkeez's Smoke Sessions. And make a list. Hold on, let me see if I can handle this brightness. Is that better? Okay, yeah, I guess you can see my eyeballs stay, that's fine. Oh, man. So yesterday it happened. I felt myself getting all fucking depressed. I literally went up into my room and welcome to another episode of Krystal McSkeez's Smoke Sessions. Today, Krystal McSkeez's Dark Goddess of Love, doing great things. Okay, so I went upstairs yesterday and I looked around my room and I was just like, I was like, why, right? Got all fucking, I was ready to get naked and throw myself in bed and sleep for 3 hours. But then some little fucking person inside of me was like, no, bitch. No, hold on. I'm gonna roll a joint and I'm gonna need some chapstick. Do I not have my chapstick on me? No. Lame. Oh, yes I do! Yes. Here we go, folks. There you go. And there you go. And there's how my lips are, because my lips are massive. Okay, so let's talk about it. Hold on. Okay, so 2 things happened yesterday. Instead of me going upstairs and getting naked and lying in my bed, ooh, it's fucking cold, I'm glad I left this on. I was gonna just wear my spaghetti strap and talk to you guys, but it's way too fucking cold for that. Do I smoke a joint right now, or do I just smoke a bowl? I actually have hell shit I need to do today, so let's smoke a joint. Ouch. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, weed in this fucking grinder? Let me see. No. Got hella keef in there, though. Okay, so. Hold on, give me just a minute here, let me get situated. Trees, weed, crutches, what you can call it. I don't have any crutches except for this, which means that, because I already smoked all the joints in here, but I have, oh, is that it? Oh, is that fucking it? Didn't even let you use the last crutch? Wow. Well, this is just fucking garbage now. Let's take a bit. Whew. Suck a dick, raw. Okay, well, I'm not smoking a joint right now because I only smoke joints with crutches and I don't have any crutches right now. So, I guess there's that. Anywho, well, there's that. So, like I said, instead of me getting naked and sleeping in my bed for 3 hours, I got naked and I looked outside of my window and I was like, no, bitch, no. You know what you gotta do. You know you gotta do it. You know you're running out of time, so get it done. So, I ended up putting on my fantastic little what the fuck is it called? Fantastic little workout outfits and fucking hit the gym. And I was so happy that I did because I really needed that. And you know what? You know what's funny? Is that I was looking for I was looking for like a, what is it called? Like a motivational speech to like motivate me to do shit, right? It was just something that I was like, I kind of need this right now. I'm gonna do this, all these things. So I ended up getting dressed, getting in my car, driving, and while I'm driving, I'm like looking at motivational speeches on YouTube, right? And then I get one, and I'm like listening to two of them. Like one is like, when you get on the field, and I'm like, nope, I don't get on the field, so fuck that one. And then another one was just like, in order to start your day, something, and I'm like, nope, that's not it either. And then as I'm like on this list of motivational fucking speeches, what comes up? A fucking whatchamacallit comes up. Hold on. Bitch ass crows. Okay, so what ends up coming up is this Joe Rogan fucking motivation speech, right? And if you guys go on YouTube and type in Joe Rogan motivation speech, it's actually really good. It's like 4 minutes long, and it has like, it starts off with like a drawing of him, and then yeah, that's how you'll know it's the one. God, I cannot fucking breathe right now. But anyways, and it's basically like, he was basically like, we are humans and we don't like to be out of our comfort zone, right? And he was just like, we work out once and we're like, oh, I don't want to sweat, I don't want to fucking I don't want to be a pain, I don't want to push, all of these things, right? And he's like, so what do? He's like, instead of being in discomfort, he's like, you fucking go home, you put on Netflix and you watch something and you have your mouth hanging out and you're like, ugh. And I'm like, triggered. And so he's like, but you know, he's like, once I started working out, he's like, I realized it made me feel good about myself. He's like, and then it made me realize that I am doing something good for myself. He's like, and instead of telling myself to just fuck off and who cares, he was like, I was like, no, fuck that and do it, pretty much, right? And so he's like, because you start taking this fuck off attitude into other aspects of your life. And I was like, here we go. And he was just like, so you start saying fuck off to your job, fuck off to your friends, fuck off to all of these things that are probably important. God damn it, Raymond. Fuck off to all these things that are probably important. He's like, and you just become like a fuck offer, or like a fucker, like some shit. And basically it doesn't do, hold on, I got an itch. Basically it doesn't do anything for you if you don't, right? It does nothing for you if you don't fucking if you don't do something for yourself. And it was actually exactly what I needed, because I tend to fuck off in a lot of areas in my life. Working out is one of them. Fucking, I always like kind of said fuck off and just got the first job that I could get, and then just stayed there, and then I'd always look for something better, and it's just like, I could have just gotten a better job to begin with if I would have just like put more of an effort into it. That's why right now I'm being super particular about the jobs that I apply for and the jobs that I want and all of these things, because there are two things that I really fucking want out of my next job. That is an opportunity for growth, and for it to be close to my house. Like, I don't want to be driving far at all. I don't want to be driving far for anything. I want to be no further than 15 to 20 minutes, right, away from my house, because that means with traffic it's in like half an hour to 45. So that is the thing. Sorry, my brain is fucking flashbacking back to the time that I went to Sam's Chowder House with my friend Jesse and Eddie. Why? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, so I listened to his little motivational speech as I'm like pulling up into, as I'm like smoking a bowl in the gym. So, in the gym parking lot. And as I'm parking there, as I'm parked there smoking my bowl, this dude parks, he sits in his car for a second, he gets out and he goes. And I'm like, he just got out and he went. I'm like, fuck it, let's just go. So I listened to the last like couple seconds of the whatchamacallit, and was like, all right, I'm ready to do this. Went to the gym, got an hour and a half of lifting in. It was mostly arm day yesterday. Did a few leg exercises because my arms were on fire, and then did 20 minutes of cardio, or 24 minutes of cardio. So that was nice. And today I'll go to the gym and actually wear my watch. Which inspires me, because then it tells me how much I'm really, like, how many calories did I burn working out for that hour and a half, lifting and shit like that? I don't know. But my watch will know, so I'm excited to use that. So that was one of the things that happened yesterday. I finally got motivated to go back to the gym. It felt good. I was happy to do it. I'm ready to go back to it. I'm ready to make it a consistent thing. Oh yeah, that's what happened. So I went to go do the leg press, right? Hold on. Oh, my leg's distracted. Where you do the leg press so that you're like on your back, right? But that was taken. So I ended up doing the leg press machine where you're sitting down. I've never used that machine before. So I'm like looking at it, the instructions, I'm like, all right. And I'm like, nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So I fucking, I'm there for like 2 minutes. I'm about to grab my phone and Google and YouTube it, and this dude walks up to me. He's like, hey, he's like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, it's all good, thanks. I'm like, not one of those bitches like, no, don't touch me, like all these things. Like, no, I'm obviously an idiot. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So this dude, dude's shorter than I am, a little heavier than I am. He's like, oh, you do it like this. He's like, you gotta get close, and then you push back with your body weight, and that's how you use it. And I'm like, thank you for that, because I'm a fucking idiot. We talked for like maybe like 3 minutes. He's there. He had like 23 days. All of his clothes were a 1X. Now he's a 2X. And instead of him going out to buy a graduation outfit for his daughter's ceremony, she's graduating from Cal State. He graduated from Cal State. He was like, I don't want to go out and buy a brand new outfit that's a 2X. He's like, so, you know, he's like, I got 20 days to get into shape. And I'm like, oh, dope. And he's like, my daughter's thing is on the 14th. I'm like, that's tight. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't really have a time limit. And I'm like, but I'm definitely trying to like lose some fucking weight within the next month. Because it's about to be summertime. And I've been slacking on my macking super hard. You know what happens? I go, like, the 5 days that I have in a row to work out without the kids are the 5 days that, I have, that I normally go spend with Raymond. And all I'm doing on those 5 days is eating, fucking, and smoking. So, so there's that. So yeah, so we were chatting, and I was like, alright, it's like, well, it's Dan's buddy, I'm Krystal, nice to meet you, I'm gonna get back to this, I got like 20 minutes where I have to pick up my kids. He's like, me too. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna get this in, I'm gonna do some cardio. I'm like, for sure. So I did like maybe like 2 more sets of leg lifts. I did like my sumo squats, because you can do leg presses, or the leg press thing, and like get like a solid like like burn in your legs and in your ass, depending on how far your stance is. So that's very exciting for me. And then so sorry. So after I did my leg press, I was gonna go run for 20 minutes, and I ended up getting on the elliptical for 20 minutes, and I got 2 miles in. And I was telling myself, like, when I was on the elliptical, it just made me want to run, right? I'm just like, oh, gosh, I just want to be running right now. So I think I like to run. Hi, I'm Krystal McSkeez's, and I'm a fat bitch who likes to run. It's just the thing for me. So I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to go to the gym like I did yesterday. Yesterday I went at noon. I was there from noon to 2 p.m. to 2:05. So I'm going to do that again today too. And then yesterday remember I left because I thought I had a fucking phone interview. Stupid ass me. I'm like going through my email, I'm searching for this name, and I'm like, who the fuck is this person? Like, I don't have any recollection, like, who is this? And then I finally get a phone call, and it's my fucking daughter's therapist. And he's like, hi, this is the parents of so-and-so, and I'm just like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I meant to cancel this. And he was just like, oh. And I'm like, no, not because, like, I don't want her to be seen. I'm like, but because the account is under her dad's name, and her dad won't give me access, and I myself am not a Kaiser member. And he's like, oh. And so we did a workaround. Basically, on the fucking 24th of May, he's gonna have to keep her because she has an appointment that day, and she needs to talk to someone. She's just been getting so upset and having so many breakdowns, and Killian's just a little fucking shit to her too. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how fucking mean you are to her at your fucking dad's house, but like, leave her alone. Stop talking to her like that. Stop teasing her. You don't need to call her names. Like, and because my fucking ex is completely fucking worthless, and because his fucking sister and his fucking mom are always in the other fucking room, they're pretty much fucking watching themselves, I'm sure. And it's like, it just causes her hell stress, dude. And it sucks, and I don't like it. So that is that. Yeah, so it wasn't an interview. But I have a fucking interview today, but it's at 5:30. So I'm like, great. I have to get the kids, have them fed, all of these things, and have them sent up to their room before we have this conversation, before I have my interview, right? So, there's that. But, because if I was going to go through, like, my fucking Medi-Cal that I have, I was going to be driving to San Jose to take her for appointments, and, like, I can't afford, like, when I do start working, I can't afford to be like, hey, I gotta take my fucking daughter to therapy every Thursday or every Tuesday or every whatever the fuck day of the, you know what I mean? Like, because I have to go get her, pull her out of school, all of this shit, and it's just like, fuck, man. So yeah. Yeah, so that happened. Therapist called yesterday, went to the gym, picked up the kids, did some sight words and shit with them. Did all of Killian. Okay, so Ava missed 3 sight words, like 3 or 4 sight words out of like 100 something, and Killian missed like 12. But now he knows like 3 out of the 12, so we're like reducing the amount, right? So now he only has 9 to work on. But him and Ava were both struggling with the WHs. I think I already told you guys this, I don't know. And I'm like, I need to... find something that can help them, because I'm not a teacher. The sound, the whites, and the who, and all of those types of things. Morning. And all those types of things, like, it's hard for them to sound them out, and it makes sense, right? Because you have who, what, where, when, why, all of these things, and we just have to practice. So that was good. Made dinner. I went to the grocery store before I picked them up. Made dinner. And then nothing happened. I came out here to get something for my car. Oh yeah, because my fucking car, I haven't even unloaded my trunk from LA, so my car still has like bags of fucking dirty clothes, my fucking Goodwill fucking haul that I fucking picked up, everything, right? Like everything's in my shit right now, in my fucking trunk. And so I was gonna go there to start pulling shit out, and when I fucking walked outside, I fucking saw like some fucking crows like circling, and then like some little tiny birds, and I was like, the fuck is going on over there, right? And then I fucking look, and this fucking this little baby fucking bird, to my knowledge, is like getting bullied by these fucking crows, and fucking finally one crow goes after it and goes and snatches it off the fucking ground, because it was like hopping around and shit, right? Snatches it. Look, it's that little fucking bird right over there. See that little fucking bird? Is anyone a fucking bird person, bird watcher? Is that a finch? I don't know what that is. But essentially, that little fucking bird right over there was under attack. Right. Straight the fuck up. I'm gonna actually post a video later so you guys can watch it. Yeah, I don't have it being under attack, but I have the aftermath. Because I'm like, is this happening? And once I seen that fucking crow, because I love crows. I love crows and I love ravens. However, it hurt my heart to see. And so I interfered with the circle of life. And I went out and... okay. I went out and I started running towards the fucking birds, and I fucking started swatting my hands, and I'm like, you fucking drop it. I'm like, fucking leave it alone. And then I started recording. Sorry, I fucking got some on my lip. And then I started recording, and then I I fucking swat the fucking crow. The crow ends up dropping the fucking bird on the floor, right? And the bird is just sitting there, like, fucking wings and shit, just like this. Like, I'm like, oh my god, that poor thing. So I like go over, I like start recording, I go over to pick it up, and I'm just like, let me pick it up. And I'm like, holy shit. And then I'm like walking back with it, because I'm like, is it injured? And those crows were just like looking at me. They're like, that fucking bitch, because they were gonna eat it. There was like 3 of them. So they were gonna kill that fucking thing, break its little fucking neck, or start poking it, or plucking at it while it's alive. Who fucking knows? But anyways, and so I'm walking back with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is it okay? And like the neighbors, because he was like working on his car, he's like, oh my god, he's like, did that just happen? I'm like, bro, I'm like, that shit really fucking happened. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just so crazy. I'm like, not on my watch. He's like, damn, he's like, poor fucking bird. He's like, fucking bullies. I'm like, yeah, seriously. So we're like, I'm like walking back over here, and I'm like getting ready to like sit down and like examine it and pet it and all of these things, right? I throw my fucking keys, and I fucking have it in my hand, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking make sure like there's no injuries, right? And as soon as I fucking turn my head and go like this, it's gone. And like literally like flies out of my fucking hand. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, that motherfucker. And I fucking get up to go see where it went, and as it's like flying over or like into my backyard, those 2 bitch ass crows fucking right after, and I'm like, Now you're really gonna die because I can't fucking save you, pal. So, peace out, bird. And then that was my fucking day. But I felt a little bit bad. I felt like maybe I should have, like, I don't know. But you know what? It's like the breed of bird. It's it's just a small, tiny bird. Because if it was a baby bird, it wouldn't have been able to fly like that. Because that shit was fucking out. And I'm like, maybe those are the mom and dad birds. I think those are the bitch ass birds that I hear every fucking morning. And I'm like, should have let your bitch ass been eaten. But it's fine. And it's okay. Because that was a once in a lifetime opportunity for me. And I am very happy about that. My inner witch was like, I can't let this fucking happen. Like, it's just in that, like, I don't know if I could ever let an animal eat another animal in front of me if I had the opportunity to save that other animal, right? Because I'm a fucked up person and I just want to fuck up the cycle of life. Because I've already done that. I looked down at my shoe and I saw I have a gibbet of a wiener dog, a black and tan wiener dog, like my dog, and a unicorn, and a pot, and it all came together for me. Let me tell you guys a fucked up story, because I'm a fucked up human being, because I didn't know. But it's also my ex is pretty fucked up too because he didn't tell me. So he comes inside. We're living at our house in Stockton. He comes inside. And he's like, "Hey," he's like, "There's a cat in the garbage can, and it's stuck and it can't get out." And I'm like, "Fuck that cat." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, he's like, "What should I do?" And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm like, because if you've seen an adult cat come face to face with a fucking dog, that cat is the fastest cat you ever see. It's up the fucking fence and you'll never see it again, right? Ever. So I thought that's what was gonna happen. So damn, Krystal. So the fucking cat is in the garbage can. My ex opens the garbage can because it was empty. The cat comes out. I see it's a fucking kitten, right? And I'm like, oh shit. Minnie fucking sees it, my little miniature Dachshund, and immediately is like, snarling, and I'm like, oh fuck, the cat looks hell fucking scared, and I'm like, this isn't gonna be good. Cat fucking tries to like make a run for it. Minnie latches onto the fucking neck, fucking like side to side, fucking death fucking snapping these things, and then I like see like the life of this fucking kitten like go out of its eyes, and I'm like, oh fuck, because I'm like telling Minnie, and I'm like, no Minnie, and I'm like, stop, and fucking my ex is just like, fucking, it's already happening, like you can't stop it. He's like, what did you think was gonna happen? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I thought it was a big ass cat, right? Like I didn't know it was a fucking kitten. He's like, no. And then I'm like, if you would have told me, like it would have been different, right? Because I assumed that this cat was the same size as fucking Minnie, and it was gonna be like a fucking like a quick like interaction, and the fucking cat was gonna run, Minnie was gonna chase her, cat was gonna go over the fence, and Minnie was gonna bark at the fucking fence. Why? Because I see this shit happen all the time. That's why there was obviously a fucking stray fucking baby cat in my fucking backyard, because these bitch ass fucking cat fucking stray rats fucking breed and just leave their fucking spawn all over the place. So whatever. But yeah, no, so when I saw that, I felt bad. I really did. And I was like, damn. And then Minnie fucking walked away and she was all proud of herself. And my ex was happy about it because my ex was like, good job, Minnie. Like, because Minnie doesn't fuck around. Like, she may look like a little fucking fat wiener dog right now. But she is a beast. She has no fucking fear. And she will protect us and she will take care of us. And I love her. And that's it. So yeah, so no. I guess maybe that's why I feel like I have to give a life back or something for the life that I took. I didn't necessarily take it, but I definitely didn't put a stop. I definitely put death at her doorstep. But I mean, realistically, the cat was in the, how the fuck did it even get in there, come to think of it? The cat was in the green fucking waste fucking bin, right? Which I can't remember if we were using it for compost at the time. And I can't remember if this is when we didn't have a lawnmower and our lawn was like up to our knees, right? Our lawn was up to our knees, and Minnie would just hop and skip fucking and hunt through our fucking backyard. She used to bring us dead birds, you know what I mean? Like, cause she would hunt them, cause she's a good bitch. But yeah, I can't remember when this was, but I know for a fact that the garbage can was empty. Because when I looked in, it was when I looked in, when he tipped it over, there was like nothing in there. It was just like a fucking like a little kitten, like in an empty thing. And I was like, how the fuck? Like, I have no idea. Yeah, that was crazy. It was terrible, man. Wow, I told that story and I can breathe a little bit better now. How about that? But yeah, so Minnie will still on occasion bring us birds. But I mean, that's just what dogs do, so I can't be mad. But I couldn't have a cannibal experience and having a big bird eat a little bird. I wasn't happy with that. You know what this pipe needs? A fucking cleanse. It's just shit. It's not even as dirty as it's been, but it's dirty enough. Poor Mrs. Bateman. Ugh, she had a rough day yesterday. I picked her up when she was crying. We got out of the car and she was crying. She like had calmed down. I was like, Abe, it's okay. Like, we'll talk about it. And then Kim was giving her a hard time yesterday, and then she was crying, and then it was just, gosh, it was rough for her yesterday. But guess what, you guys? I'm fucking stoked. I'm fucking juiced. Fucking pipes. I know, Raymond's all... Dude, I smoked so much fucking weed, like, within the last month. When my fucking friend Jesse came out, like, it was buy 1/8, get an eighth for a penny or some shit, or get an eighth for $1 or some shit at the club. So I did that, and then I came out here with like a ½ ounce, and then we smoked all of that. He's like, you had a ½ ounce, and you fucking had a fucking, and you had, because I think I bought 2 and I got 2 free. He's like, and then you had a fucking another half. He's like, where's all your fucking weed, Krystal? And I'm like, oh, I've been smoking joints, Raymond, sorry. And that's what happens. Obviously, you smoke more with joints, but I mean, realistically, I'm gonna pack another bowl, and 2 of those bowls would have been like, pin or fucking joint. But if I smoke, like, I don't know. And that's the thing, because then I was smoking 2 fucking joints. And I remember a long time ago when I was working out, going to the gym every day, I was smoking like fucking 3-gram joints. I was smoking like king-size joints to the face every day before going to the gym. I would fucking... Damn, bro. That's really the... I need to lift for an hour and a half, and I need to do a 5K every day. It's the only way I see results, folks. Dude, I'm getting to the point, you guys, where my hair is getting too heavy for my neck. And it's like, oh, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, I found out where my curly hair comes from. Okay, right? Okay, yeah, duh, because I told you guys I did my 23andMe, and I'm like 49% Native, or 48% Native American, and 48% European. Okay, so here we go. So the European side, I've already told you guys, is Spanish and Irish and Portuguese, right? Portuguese people have curly hair. There it is, the end, done. So that is that. Because Native American people have straight hair. When you go into indigenous communities, They are not curly-haired. They are not curly-haired people. Look, I've been talking for 34 minutes. Raymond called me like 10 minutes into this. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna smoke my bowl and talk to him. Sorry, I'm having a very manic moment right now. I don't know where this came from, but I have a huge burst of energy, and this is what mental illness is. Hi. Bye. Talk to you guys later. You know what? I just got life given to me with my hair down, because that's how my ancestors would want it. Can't argue with that. Yeah, for sure, that too. Alright, bye. Love you guys. Ta-da. Sorry, I'm getting text messages from my friend and I'm totally agreeing with him.